Hey, this is Larry back. I wanted to go ahead and record the second onboarding video for you. This is sort of in the first video, we did sort of a nuts and bolts behind the scene in your back office kind of thing. This one is designed really to be more of a sales and marketing fast start approach. And because it's been my experience in my own life and with agents that I've trained for all these years, that the quicker you can have some success and put a little money in your pocket for your effort, the quicker you can do that, the better the odds are you'll grab hold of it and run and make a very big success out of it. So that's kind of the intent of what I'm going to talk to you about here in this video. And just to kind of set the page for you, debt in the United States is killing us. Student loans and credit card debt and medical debt, and, mortgage debt and auto loan debt. You can see them on the screen. I won't read them to you. But here's the ticket: is that the average American household owes about $250,000, and that's a lot of debt that they're paying back. A lot of interest payments and principal payments that are coming out of their monthly cash flow, and it's an opportunity for us to help lots and lots and lots of people. And the truth is, why this prospecting system is so powerful is that while they might not want to talk to you about your primary business, they will talk to you about how you can help them get out of debt. Here's why I kind of told you this too. Sometimes salespeople are slow to want to talk to people about a product that they have because they think they're selling it. This is particularly true in your warm market. But listen to me. You've got a solution here that people need to hear and need to at least have an opportunity to turn down. You're doing them a favor by talking to them about getting them out of debt. Okay, so kind of get your head wrapped around that, and not so much about how you're trying to sell them something, but how you're trying to help them do something that they would really like to be able to do. All right. So, and if you can do that, I like this slide. This is you'll be the closest thing to a financial superhero that you're ever going to find. Americans are lousy financial administrators of their own finance. We don't teach people how to do it, and because of that, the financial institutions indoctrinate us to see things their way, not necessarily the true way. And so if you can learn how to speak to people about these issues and get comfortable with them, and you start saving somebody, cut their mortgage in half or by a third or by 2/3, you will be a hero. So kind of give you a little motivation to kind of get up and get going every morning. So here's the deal. The step one is you need to go into your back office. You need to go up you saw it, go up there under your name, click on the thing and do your own analysis, right? We gave you kind of a generic overview in the first training video. There's a training video in there that the company Worth does, showing you how to do a demonstration. We'll probably post a third video in this series on doing an analysis and sales call from inside the back office for a prospect. Just click on it, go in there and do it, work with it. If you get stuck, get a hold of your upline, the person who invited you into the business, and get them to help you. You need to know how to do an analysis. And so the easiest and quickest way to do that is do your own. Okay. And then the second step is that when you get the analysis done, you need to purchase your own plan. Yeah, I know, but you need to purchase your own plan. Here's the reality of it. You need to do this for several reasons. Even if you're completely out of debt, even if you don't owe anything, right? That may happen, but most agents have some kind of debt. You need to own it, because if you don't own it, you won't sell it, and that's just the facts. You're not committed to it, and that's true whether it's this plan or other products that you have in your portfolio. If you don't own it, that means you don't trust it, and if you don't trust it, you won't sell it. And I'll get off my soapbox. But you also want to be able to say, when you're talking to a prospect, before they ask you, and they may or they may not, but they want to know whether or not you own your own plan. And I'll show you here in a minute how I use it and how I recommend that you would use it. But purchase your plan, right? I'll show you again in a little bit how it's a little easier to get it today than in the past, but we'll cover that in a minute. All right, cool. So there's three paths to success with Worth as I see them. Number one, you can be a sole producer. You can go and find all kinds of people and I'm going to show you that in a minute, to talk to about getting out of debt. And you go and sell a whole bunch of Worth plans. You will, if you don't figure it out already, we'll show you how to link up a life insurance sale with each of the Worth plans, and therefore doubling or tripling or quadrupling the amount of commission dollars that you'll make, and help the client even more to convert their debt into wealth. And so make a lot of money. If you want to be a producer, rock and roll. You can also, through the Worth program itself, be a recruiter. The override potential of bringing people into the business, and then training them how to do it, and motivate them and encourage them to get out and sell. You make a lot of money being a recruiter and not selling a single thing yourself. Or you can do what I think is the better way, and that's to be the leader producer, where you're not only recruiting and bringing people into your team, but you're leading from the front by producing your own sales. You want to be able to, everybody wants to follow a successful individual, not just somebody who talks about it, but who's doing it. And, my goal is, as I do this, is I want you to see my own production, and therefore when I tell you, how to do things, you can believe me. All right, but those are three ways that you can get up and get running using the Worth program. Okay, we have created some prospecting funnels for you. The idea here is that, especially while you're getting your feet wet and learning the system and learning the language, you can go ahead and begin to produce. And so here's what we've done for you, is that on Monday night at 7 o'clock, I host a discovery call for insurance agents. We kind of do an overview of the prospecting system and why Worth is the best prospecting system, bar none, that I've ever seen, and how they can engage in using it, and how that prospecting system can pay them to prospect. It's a 30-minute call. We don't get too deep into the weeds about the nuts and bolts, but we tell them enough to tell the story, and then and how to get involved, and then we're going to send them back to whoever invited them to the call. Same on Tuesday night, we do a general kind of y'all come meeting, where you can send the consumer and or people that you're interested in developing as referral agents to your team. Those are Tuesday nights at 8 o'clock, and Brian Daly hosts that webinar. And then on Thursday night at 8 o'clock, Brian does a real estate professionals version of the discovery call. showing them why the Worth program is a great way to add revenue to their business without adding distractions. And there's 3 different ways you can do it. The idea here is you don't have to know beans from bullfrogs about the Worth program to be successful. All you've got to do is invite people to attend one of the webinars. Okay. They come back to you and ready to sign up, then we can do a 3-way call with you and help you get comfortable with that. But we're here to help you. So if somebody, if you followed somebody into this business, then you need to lean on them to learn the business, and they'll be glad to do that. Okay. But those are 3 quick ways to begin to bring people into your business. All you got to do is be an inviter. You're the messenger. Let us be the message. Let us be the one that's doing the heavy lifting for you. Therefore, there's no rejection, right? If they reject it, they've rejected me or Brian. They haven't rejected you. So here's a good, safe, and profitable way to bring people into your business and make some sales. Okay. We also, by the way, for your warm market, inside our Legacy Worth team, I have created for you a marketing program for your warm market, where you can copy and edit and copy and use whatever part of this, where you can begin to contact people in your own personal circle of influence, people already, that already know, like, and trust you. And it's a good, light, easy way to get their attention. So, by the way, if you can read that in that little bitty screen, that first outgoing email that I send says this. It says, "Hi, I've signed up for a really cool program. It's called the Worth program, and I'm saving $174,000 in interest charges, and I'll be completely out of debt in 12.2 years, including paying off my 30-year mortgage without," you can read all that, right? Here's the part I want you to see. I own the plan. Those numbers are pretty close to my real numbers, right? And so I want to be able to lead to my friends and family that this is something I'm already doing, all right? And anyway, here, it's a tool for you to use, all right? Okay. The next way to do it is and maybe as good a way of doing it as I've ever seen, and let's just call it the approach. Okay, you can use the approach with these 2 magical questions, all sorts of places. You're at a when you're at a networking event. These are the 2 questions that I use when I get a chance to give them my elevator speech. If I'm out and about in a networking environment, sooner or later the question's going to come up with, "Well, hey, what do you do?" And that's what I tell them. Okay, if you're real, I'm not really a outgoing, meet everybody kind of guy, but if you are, then you can sit down and meet anybody, anywhere, and begin a conversation with them. And again, sooner or later, the conversation is going to come back to, well, what do you do, right? And we'll do a little training on honing this, but here's the 2 magic questions. Number 1, are you 100% sure you're going to have a great retirement, or do you have some doubts? And then immediately ask the second question. What would you say if I told you you could be completely out of debt, including your mortgage and student loans, in 9.5 years without changing your lifestyle? And shut up, right? Because whoever says something the next time is making a commitment. If you answer, you committed to let them off the hook. If they answer, and it's always going to be, "Tell me more," or "Yes, I'm interested," or "I wish I could do that," and then you can go about having the next conversation, right? Don't have the conversation here after the two magic questions. Then you ask the question of, when can I sit down, have a few minutes and talk to you, right? As a friend of mine says, don't spill your popcorn before you get in the movie. You know, put the next conversation in on your terms, right? Okay, so, well, how do we do this? Well, here are your best practices, right? Let me just help you with this a minute. You wanna recruit to sell, right? And you want to sell to recruit. I told you a little bit ago, I believe that the first thing that somebody should do when they get into the business, you recruit them into the business. I think the first thing they need to do is buy the product, right? Pay attention. When you buy the product, your upline gets the commission. That's his incentive, her incentive, to help you get going. It's kind of how you pay them to get going, and it's just the way it is. So when I got into the business, and I told you I own the product, right? I bought the product, and when I did, Brian Daly, who's my upline, received the commission. When you buy the product, whoever recruited you and brought you into the business is going to receive your commission off of your sale, right? And so we do recruit to sell. And of course, when you go out and you recruit people into your business, you get the commission. Can you get that? All those people that you run in through that funnel, you're going to get paid if they come on board and they purchase their product. Enough said. You also need to sell to recruit, right? And I'm going to show you here in just a minute. There's a promotion going on right now, at least through July 16th, that makes this a piece of cake. Everybody that you bring in as a member of the Worth program, you take them through the funnel, you take them through the analysis, you close the deal, right? Then the next step is would you like to know how you can get your program for free, right? And so basically the pitch here is going to be, if we recruit 3, you're going to make them an agent, and then when they bring you 3 people, there's enough commission off of those 3 to make theirs free, right? And so again, we'll hone that just a little bit, but understand that in my opinion, everybody that you bring into the Worth program, they already know and love it because they just bought it, ought to have the right and the ability to become at least a referral agent to you so that you can help them make some money just by referring their friends and neighbors to talk to you. All right? Okie doke. So here's the promotion. I'm going to show you the details of it, and then I'm going to tell you how to use this now. Look, I don't have any idea what's going to happen after July the 16th. It may end on July the 16th because they have an end date already established on it. They may choose to extend it. They may choose to extend part of it. I don't know. All I know is that the clock is ticking. There's 60-something days as I'm doing this video for you that this program is still in effect, and you need to get on it. All right. So here's part of the promotion. All of you know part of the promotion because you became an agent for $49. Typically, it's $149 to become a Worth agent, and part of this promotion is you can use that Start 49 coupon and get in for $49. Right? The second part of the promotion is that 30 days after you become an agent, you have 30 days after you become an agent to be able to purchase your own plan for 30% discount. Okay. Remember, third time now, remember you need to own your own plan, right? And they've made this easy for you by giving you a 30% discount on your personal program. Okay, we'll come back and ding on that in just a minute. There's 3 ways to purchase a plan. You can make an outright purchase, and it varies a little bit depending on what size plan you need. But for sake of argument, it's somewhere around $3,500. Okay, that's a lifetime purchase. You get in, and you never have to never have to throw another dollar at it. Lifetime cover, lifetime support. When you go to, remember, it's sort of a financial GPS, and our situations change pretty much every year. So the long-term cheapest way to acquire the program is through an outright purchase, right? And they make it, pretty easy to do. You can pay all of it at one time. You can to do 6 months, same as cash with PayPal. And they also Worth also has a way that somebody can purchase the plan, and they finance it internally. All right. So purchase is the first option. The second option, go through the promotion, is you can subscribe to it. You can rent it, if you will. You can pay $299.95 down, $29.95 a month with a 24-month agreement. And you can subscribe for $399.95 down and $39.95 a month with no commitment. All right. And again, for an individual, an agent, you can get a 30% discount off of any of those plans. All right. So remember, if you can use this for your own benefit, when somebody comes in and you sell them their own personal Worth plan, you can make during the promotion. You can make them for $49. You can make them an agent. They then get a 30% discount on their own plan, and you set them up to be a referral source, and 3 is free. And then the other component to the promotion, again, running through July 16th, is that you can become what they call direct to distributor. The compensation plan works off of what level of agent you are in the business, and then we'll talk about that some other time. You can go and look in the comp plan in your back office and see the levels. But basically, you become in as an agent. Currently, today, you're an agent. The next step is, I think, a supervisor, and then the next step is a distributor, and then there are other levels above that. So beginning, you can buy, if you will, you can purchase your way to becoming a distributor, which is the third level in and not the first. When you sell your first product, including your own plan, you immediately move to they promote you to distributor, and what happens there is that you immediately get a pretty good pay increase off of your sales. The difference in selling a purchase price to a consumer as an agent is about $200 less than being a distributor. So you see some advantages to that. And I think you've got to be at least a distributor to begin to see any override. Okay, so there's your promotion. It runs through the 16th of July. And so here's my slide that I'll always put in front of us from time to time, is that this is the enemy. I'll do it tomorrow. It's the enemy, right? Because it's funny how tomorrow becomes tomorrow becomes tomorrow. I was in St. Augustine, Florida yesterday, meeting some people, and I should have taken a picture of it, but I was running tight. But my favorite ad of all time is on a brick wall outside of an old bar in St. Augustine, and the big sign on that painted on that wall says "Free beer tomorrow." So don't wait until tomorrow, because you will just never quite get around to it, as they say. So get up, get running, do what you need to do, and don't wait. All right. And here's my My second part of my warning, encouragement, whatever, quit overthinking it, right? You had enough trust in whoever invited you to be part of the Worth program to get in. Now, let's be honest, for $49, that wasn't a big risk, right? So quit worrying about all the nuts and bolts and can I do this or do you do it that way? Just get in and do it. Just do it. We're not going to ask you to go do something. If you don't know how to do it, ask somebody, right? If you don't know, if you're uncomfortable with talking to somebody about the program yet, send them to the discovery calls, right? Then when they call you back and you're uncomfortable with what to do next, let's do a three-way call. But don't overthink the thing. So many agents, I've been doing this a long time. So many agents get stuck in the paralysis by analysis mode that they never pull the trigger. Never. And that's just a shame, especially with the upside of what this program can do for you and your client. All right. So let's see. I'm stuck. I am stuck. Hang on a minute. So let's do it this way. America's in trouble. The Worth program, there's a couple of phrases that we use a lot in it. Number one is it really is time to buy America back, one family at a time. And we can do that. I'm already doing that. I'm already seeing the joy of people getting out of debt faster than they could ever imagine. They're slipping the bondage to Visa and American Express, and they're discovering the lie of the cheap mortgage, because it ain't. And they're discovering how the financial institutions aren't telling the whole story and are using that against them. If you don't know how to do that, sit on the calls, okay? But it's time. And so I'm going to end, well, I guess I am still stuck. So I'm going to end this with my promise to you. My promise is, and this wasn't the slide I thought I had. We've got you moving in our mission. The slide I thought I had on here was our promise to you is we will not let you fail. Listen again. We will not let you fail. Now, you have the right to exercise your freedom and decide to quit, right? I'm not going to make you do anything. I'm not your mama. But if you will come in and do the things that we show you how to do and you put some effort behind it, we will go as far as you'll let us go with you to make you successful in this business. So get back to whoever invited you to be part of this thing, whoever recruited you. There's somebody in your life that you trusted enough to become a Worth agent. Get to them, tell them what you need, tell them what you need them to help you do, and I'm pretty sure they'll do it for you. Okay? If you're part of my team, I can promise you, right? We've given you some things you need to get buckled into. Get buckled into the Facebook groups, mine and Brian. Get buckled into that Rise and Shine call. Get buckled into the Worth corporate calls on Mondays at 8, and let's make this happen. Listen, there are people out in the world today who need what you got, and all you got to do is invite them to participate. All right, I'm going to get off my high horse. I'm going to sign off. If you have any questions, again, get back to the one who recruited you to the business and get them to help you. And we will look forward to watching your success and watching you climb the ladders of success and accolades here within the group. and we'll rejoice with you when that happens. Take care, and we'll talk soon. Bye-bye.